Hello everyone, welcome back to another Formula 1 2020 My Team series episode, and today with the Quantum Mercedes F1 team we are going to be driving around the circuit Zandvoort in Netherlands, or Holland, or Deutschland, whatever you want to call it. We've recently acquired a new sponsor just at the end of last episode. DSB Optics achieved a top 10 finish during the race, will get us our goals and weekly bonuses, which should be very, very nice indeed. We've got an engine power upgrade coming just before the Monaco Grand Prix, just after the Spanish Grand Prix. We've managed to get ourselves another durability upgrade for resource point generation. Things are going well at the moment. Things are definitely going well. Starting to pick up quite nicely. AlphaTauri coming into this weekend, or coming into China, made a big leap. So we have been left into the dust a little bit. And as you can see, Mercedes and everyone else are starting to make progress. So we are going to be doing rather a lot of practice programs today. I'm going to go quickly do that, but I will definitely be seeing you guys on the other side of qualifying. Okay, so practice is now done. Our acclaim goes up just a little bit, but we have managed to get ourselves some resource points, so we're going to quickly head into the R&D tree. I'm a little bit undecided as to whether we should go for the rear wing or the front wing flaps, because I don't know if either one's going to make too much of a difference. So in the end, I just go with the one that's on the left, and well, that's that. So that's our resource points used up. This is the weather forecast. We're fourth in the championship. Let's go head into qualifying, shall we? Oh, okay, so it appears that we've managed to find ourselves a braking system fault, and it's going to take half the session to fix, and we now only have one lap available to us, which is not ideal. We're going to have to make do of it, I suppose. But in the end, we do come through for P7. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Considering we only had one lap to go out and do the business, I don't think we've done too bad there. I did make a few mistakes in the lap. I think we possibly could have got ahead of maybe Max Verstappen. I don't think we were getting any close to Sergio Perez, who's doing really well in the Racing Point, I must admit. And it looks like the Red Bulls are struggling a little bit around this track. But anyway, we qualified P7. Hopefully that puts us in a decent position for reasonable points tomorrow in the race at the Dutch Grand Prix. But I guess only time will tell. So I'm going to go quickly get on with the interview, and I will see you guys on the other side, ready for a good old race at Zandvoort. So then here we are. We've got our rival choice here. Now, I don't want to go with Kvyat, Grosjean or Gasly because they're just all really slow. So I'm going to go with Alexander Albon because he is the slower car out of the Red Bulls. And I don't know, it just seems to make more sense. And we get more acclaim anyway. Here we're just choosing, as always, you know, the stuff that gives us the best morale in our departments. And we've gone for powertrain this time because it's the only one that was available. And moving slightly more forward, if it ever loads. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get a PS5 because this is terrible. There we go. So we're almost driver acclaim level 6, and our team acclaim is actually going to go up to level 7, which is very, very, very promising because that means that our combined acclaim bonus is now going to be 20%, which means that we're going to be growing very, 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 very quickly, which is good. I thought I'd just show you guys this one. This was the pre-race email that I got sent by Jeff. Have a good race out there today. I'm sure you'll do just fine. Whatever happens, remember that there's only one thing in this world that truly matters, providing that my side of the garage is in fact the best side of the garage by finishing, miles ahead of Mick, beaten by a minute or more, and there's a cookie in it for you. So, we've basically been challenged to beat him by a minute. I don't think we're ever going to be able to beat our teammate by a minute, but I mean, who knows? Who knows? So here we are then, back for the Netherlands Grand Prix at the circuit Zandvoort, and we have qualified P7. in a qualifying where we managed to find ourselves a brake system failure at the very start of the session, which meant we could only go out for one single lap, which is quite frustrating, but it is what it is. That is the world of Formula 1. These things do happen. But anyway, let's get on into the race, see what we can do from P7, and hopefully bag ourselves a decent number of points and get our sponsor goals, get plenty of money, get plenty of resource points, and all of that very, very, very good stuff. Here we are then for 5 red lights. We're behind Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Fights are out and away we go. It's a half decent start from us. Perez gets a terrible getaway, as does Sebastian Vettel. We're going to enable a little bit of ERS to get ourselves off that line nicely. We're going to go around the outside of Lewis Hamilton now. We're going to get the power down as early as possible. It looks like he's going to move away. We enable a little bit of ERS to catch back up, and we actually take the position, go around the outside of Lewis Hamilton, and we're up into P3 in the first lap. It doesn't look like the grid's changed up too much, but we've definitely made a good number of positions here, and we now find ourselves behind Charles Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas, who are just flying away. And now we're moving to lap 7 now, and Hamilton decides that he wants to go past. I say no. We dip it down the inside, force him out, showing that a 7-time world champion isn't quite good enough for us. And I think this lap we're also going to make our pit stop. It's lap 7 out of 18. These soft tyres are a little bit past their prime now. And we need to make sure that we are on the pace 100% all of the time, because if we want to get this podium position again, we are going to need to be on it like carb on it. Now, I don't really know where we're going to come out. We've been overtaken by a decent number of cars. We get the mediums on a 2.1 stop, a very, very quick stop from the Quantum Mercedes team. Thank you very much. My good lord, it looks like these upgrades are starting to work well. But we come up behind Lance Stroll now. Okay, in P14. This could be interesting. Now we move on to the end of lap 8. And we are catching up very, very quickly to Lance Stroll in the pink Mercedes. We're going to enable DRS, enable ERS, put it into rich mix, and we are going to glide past Lance Stroll around the outside. We get a purple last sector, understandably why. And that's a beautiful overtake for P10. We are in the points once again, now behind Lando Norris in the McLaren. Let's see what we can do. Moving on to the end of lap 9 now, and we've set a purple first sector, but a slightly slower mid sector. And Norris is very, very slow. There appears to be a train forming behind Daniel Kvyat, and we've managed to get a brilliant drive off of that corner. Coming into the last corner, we're going to wrap it around the outside of Lando Norris. We do touch, and he actually spins. I do feel quite bad. Now Ocon is going to cut across us there and go into the pits. I didn't quite realise while I was driving that he was going to go into the pits, but he does. And we find ourselves in P3, possibly P4. Where's Hamilton going to come out? Not ahead of us. We have a very, very decent gap now to Lewis Hamilton in 4th place. 1.6, 1.5 seconds, not too shabby at all. Now we move on to lap 10, and Hamilton does catch us. He catches us very, very quickly. We move to the outside, and he actually hits us in the back. You see a bit of his front wing flying off there, so he must have hit us pretty hard. Valtteri Bottas is right next to us as well, and we actually overtake him. Coming out of the pit stops, it looks like we've had an absolutely blinding couple of laps. Obviously, we weren't able to keep behind Lewis Hamilton, but Valtteri Bottas must have been really, really struggling on those medium tyres. Obviously, we started on the softs, and we've got onto the medium tyres, as has Charles Leclerc. It looks like it must have been the better option. Now moving on to lap 11, and Valtteri Bottas fancies his chances this time. He goes round the outside, we dip it down the inside, and we make the power go down as early as possible. We force him out a little bit, but it looks like he just didn't have the traction to get round us in that Mercedes car, which is quite surprising. And lap 12 again, Valtteri Bottas fancies his chances. He goes down the inside. It's a very decent move, to be fair, but we are just way, way too good on the brakes. And we carried speed through the turn 1, and it's just the same old story, and it looks like it's going to be the same again, as now Bottas comes again down the inside. Very, very close here, though. He has forced his way down the inside, but again, we're too good on the brakes. We're much faster than him through the corner. But now moving on to lap 14, and Valtteri Bottas has got a very good exit, and he's going to go around the outside again, but we're going to simply replicate a manoeuvre that we've already made before, go defensive, and we're going to keep the position. But he's actually conceded the position now to Max Verstappen, who takes his podium spot in the Red Bull. Now we're moving on to the last race, no, the last lap of the race. We're going to stick down the ERS, stick down the rich mix. We know we're not going to get any faster, but we need to make sure we stay ahead of Max Verstappen. And across the line, just as we run out of fuel, P2! Guys, P2, that's our best result of the season so far. I cannot quite believe it. Driver of the day as well. Absolutely brilliant stuff. I think that's possibly one of the best races I've ever driven, and the car just felt very, very nice. Obviously I had to use a lot of ERS and fuel, and I had to make sure that I had enough all of the time, so obviously having to go into lean during some parts and go into rich mix into others. It was very, very stressful, I must admit, especially trying to keep behind the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. Literally, I have no idea how I managed to do it. Obviously we made contact with Hamilton at one point. Still need to go back and make sure that that was definitely a legal move, because I feel like I might have possibly cut him off a bit, but at the same time he did drive straight into the back of me, so I don't really know. But Charles Leclerc wins the race. A decent result for Ferrari, obviously possibly their first race win for a very, very long time, and I think Charles Leclerc is the last person to win it anyway for Ferrari, and I think that was Max Verstappen who joined us on the podium in P3, couldn't quite catch us in the end, but only 3/10 behind, not far off at all. If we have a look at the Drivers' Championship now, we can see that we have moved up to P3. We are level on points with Max Verstappen, only 6 points off of Valtteri Bottas. In the Constructors' Championship, we have got more points, but we are losing out quite a bit now to the likes of Ferrari and Red Bull, and I think we might just have to solidify a P4 spot, which I would definitely take. For a first season in Formula 1, getting P4 in the Constructors is definitely a very good place to be. So yeah guys, I hope you did enjoy this race. We're going to advance now into the HQ. Maybe there will be an interview for us just at the end of the race, just to see if we're happy with what we've done. Here it is. Well, I wouldn't say made it look easy. The wrong fuel strategy? Oh, it's because we just ran out at the end, didn't we? That's my own fault. I will take the hit on that. When the car handles like this, it's a beauty, an absolute beauty. It was handling very, very nicely. We're gonna have to go for the power unit one, just because that's the only one that's gonna give us some morale. Everyone's expectations. We actually are smashing everyone's expectations. Standard racing has been high. Team sport, maybe they should expect more. No, we're gonna go with this one. It looks like our claim nicely. Hopefully we'll get us a nice boost. Who knows, we might even be able to get another sponsor in very, very soon, which would be absolutely immense. We may also look into getting another driver at the end of the season. I have thought about, just because Mick isn't actually getting any results. He's getting 0 results. We beat Alexander Albon. He did get a faster lap than us in the race, but we do just about beat him there. We're up to a clean level 6, which is obviously very, very good. What's our team acclaim going up to? Just about under level 8. Mick Schumacher doesn't really improve too much. We get nice bonuses there from Zer and OSB Optics. Hopefully we will have enough to fuel some funding into the development parts and the facilities. Well, our margins are looking good apparently. Definitely some room for investment, says the man. We're just going to quickly fill this up with some aerodynamics. We're going to go into the facilities, and we're going to purchase the first resource point generation upgrade for the powertrain facility, which means they're all going to be Spec 1 come next Grand Prix, and I think that is a very, very big dub. Well, but the next race is going to be Spain. We're going to quickly skip forward towards that. And that's going to round off episode number 4 of the My Team Career Mode with Quantum Mercedes F1. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like as always, and subscribe if you're new around here. Turn on the notification bell to see Spain coming up very, very, very soon. Co-op season also coming out very, very soon. Keep tuned and just keep your eyes peeled, because we've got some absolute bangers coming up. Go check out Morris Pace as well. Obviously I'll be doing co-op season with him, and we're competing with him in this career mode, and I think we're actually slightly ahead as of now. I think we're ahead. I think he's only managed to get 1 podium so far, and we are on a 3 now, with podiums in Australia, Bahrain, and now in Zandvoort, which is very, very nice. Obviously only getting P6 in China, but I think we can deal with that. We've had points finishes every single time, but yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys at a later date. Bye now. See you soon.